My life did not start out with a big stage or bright lights. It began in a small town in Mississippi. I was a little girl with big dreams, but my world was very small. I lived with my grandmother on a farm. We didn't have much money. We didn't have a lot of things, but we had love. I remember the simple days. I learned to read on our porch. Words became my first friends. They opened up a world far beyond that little farm. I would read everything I could find. It was my escape. It was my hope. That little girl reading on the porch had no idea what was coming. She just knew she loved stories. I remember talking to the animals on the farm. I would give them names. I would tell them my secrets. It felt like they understood me. Those were quiet, simple moments, but they were filled with so much imagination. I would pretend to host my own radio show for the crows in the cornfield. I would interview the chickens. It sounds funny now, but that was me practicing for my future. I was finding my voice even when no one else was listening. Those early days taught me how to be comfortable with myself. They taught me how to find joy in the little things. It was a time of quiet and solitude, but it was never lonely. My imagination was always my companion. Of course, it wasn't always easy. There were many challenges. Life was hard. There were times I felt lost. There were times I felt like I didn't belong. I moved from place to place. I had to learn how to fit in all over again. It was a lonely journey sometimes. I faced things that no child should ever have to face. Those moments were painful. They left scars. But even in the darkest times, there was a little light inside me. A little voice that said, "Keep going." That voice was quiet, but it was persistent. It was the voice of hope. Looking back, I see that every single moment mattered. The happy times and the hard times. The quiet days on the farm. The lonely nights in a new city. All of it was part of my story. It was all preparing me for the life I was meant to live. I didn't know it then, of course. I just lived each day as it came. But now I see the pattern. I see the purpose in the pain. I see the lessons in the losses. My past was the foundation. It was the soil where the seeds of my future were planted. It taught me resilience. It taught me empathy. It made me who I am. There are moments in life that change everything. For me, one of those moments was getting my first job in television. I was so young, I was so nervous, but I was also so excited. I remember walking into that newsroom. I felt like I had finally found my place. It was where I was supposed to be. I started as a news anchor. I tried to be serious. I tried to be what everyone else wanted me to be. But it didn't feel right. It felt like I was wearing a costume. It wasn't the real me. That was a big lesson. You cannot succeed by pretending to be someone else. You have to be authentic. The biggest challenge was finding my own voice. In the beginning, I was told I was too emotional. I was told I cared too much. They wanted me to just read the news. But I wanted to connect with the people in the stories. I wanted to understand their pain and their joy. I realized that my empathy was not a weakness. It was my greatest strength. So I decided to lean into it. I started my own talk show. I wanted to create a space where people could share their stories, a place where people could feel seen and heard. It was a risk, but it was a risk I had to take. I learned that failure is not the opposite of success. It is a part of success. I made so many mistakes along the way. There were shows that didn't work. There were ideas that failed. There were times I wanted to give up. But each failure taught me something important. It taught me what not to do. It taught me how to be better. It taught me humility. You have to be willing to fall down. And you have to be willing to get back up every single time. The hard lessons are often the most valuable ones. They shape you. They strengthen you. They prepare you for your next chapter. The most important lesson I learned was about gratitude. Even when things were hard, I tried to find something to be thankful for. I started keeping a gratitude journal. Every day, I would write down 5 things I was grateful for. It could be something small, like the taste of a fresh peach, or something big, like a new opportunity. This simple practice changed my life. It shifted my perspective. It helped me focus on the good, even when there was a lot of bad. Gratitude is a powerful tool. It can transform your world from the inside out. It helps you see the blessings that are all around you. My life now is very different from those early days. The little farm in Mississippi feels like a lifetime ago. Today, my world is much bigger. I get to connect with people from all over the globe. The quiet girl who talked to chickens now talks to millions. But in many ways, I am still that same person. I still love to read. I still cherish quiet moments. I have a beautiful garden where I can connect with nature. That is my sanctuary. It is where I go to recharge. It is where I feel closest to my roots. The scale of my life has changed, but the core of who I am has not. My hobbies have grown with me. I used to read books to escape. Now I read books to learn and to share. My book club is one of my greatest joys. It allows me to share my love of reading with so many others. We get to explore new worlds and new ideas together. My friendships have also deepened. I have a small circle of trusted friends who have been with me for years. They knew me then, and they know me now. They keep me grounded. They remind me of who I am. Family and close friends are the true treasures in life. They are the people who love you for you, not for what you do. The biggest change is in my mindset. I used to be driven by a need to prove myself. I wanted to show everyone that I was worthy. Now, I know my worth comes from within. It is not based on my achievements or my success. It is inherent. I am enough, just as I am. This understanding has brought me so much peace. I no longer feel like I have to run so fast. I can walk. I can breathe. I can enjoy the journey. My past experiences, both good and bad, have led me to this place of self-acceptance. I am grateful for every step of the journey. My past didn't just happen to me. It happened for me. Every tear, every struggle, every moment of doubt was a lesson. The poverty I experienced taught me the value of generosity. The loneliness I felt taught me the importance of connection. The challenges I faced taught me resilience. I would not be the person I am today without my past. It is the foundation upon which my life is built. I do not look back with regret. I look back with gratitude. The scars have become my strength. The pain has become my purpose. My past helped me find my calling, to help others find their own light. Everyone has a story. Your story is your power. It is what makes you unique. It is what makes you, you. I encourage you to look back at your own life. Look at the then and the now. See how far you have come. Celebrate your growth. Acknowledge your struggles. Honor your journey. Sharing your story can be a powerful act of healing. It can help you make sense of your past. It can help you connect with others on a deeper level. When you share your truth, you give others permission to do the same. You create a ripple of authenticity and connection. Of course, it is important to be mindful when you share. Your story is precious. You get to decide who you share it with. You don't have to share every detail. Protect your own privacy and always respect the privacy of others who are part of your story. You can share your lessons without betraying a confidence. You can talk about your feelings without exposing someone else's secrets. The goal is not to reveal everything. The goal is to share your wisdom. The goal is to share your light. Use discernment. Share from a place of love and healing, not from a place of anger or blame. The beautiful thing about life is that it is always evolving. Your now is just a snapshot in time. You are still growing. You are still learning. You are still becoming. Embrace the journey. Be open to the lessons. Know that your past has prepared you for your future. Every experience is a teacher. Every challenge is an opportunity to grow stronger, wiser, and more compassionate. Do not be ashamed of your past. Do not be afraid to look at it. It is your greatest teacher. Your life is your message to the world. Make sure it's one of hope, resilience, and love. So, I ask you today to think about your own journey. What has your life taught you? What lessons can you share with the world? Your story matters. It has the power to inspire, to heal, and to transform. Don't keep it locked away. Find a safe way to share it. Write it down. Tell a trusted friend. Let your light shine. Because the world needs your story. The world needs your light. And the most important thing you can ever learn is that you are the author of your own life. So go out there and write a beautiful story. Live a life that is full, authentic, and true to you.